Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining another Strider Force J gameplay. Welcome, everyone, back to the Strider Zone, rocking some more Bound by Flame. This is actually part 7 for the series. Rock on, yeah, we're keeping going straight through, rocking it out, and showing the gameplay just for you. Yeah, man. We're moving along, which is good stuff. Yeah. And I want to make sure that everything's looking prime time, prime time. All right. Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what, scenario? All right. Let me see, how much percentage do I got? Here we are. Right on. All right, just give me a second, everybody. I'm just trying to get everything situated. All right, so doing pretty good. Let's see, what are we doing story-wise? Well, a lot has happened, but before that, we gotta bust these side quests. Defeat the patrol. We gotta do that real quick. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, this is all new. A camp trader, investigated trader. All right, we're taking. I think Sybil's already with me. Let's see. Yeah, she's with me. I'm gonna take Sybil straight to the library. We'll talk to Matthias in a little bit. Matter of fact, let's talk to him right now. Before we, because you might have some type of information that can help us out.
I need to ask you something. We found a strange object in a ruined temple. It's a sphere, probably magic.
Is it gray? Does it give off heat? Perhaps it vibrates slightly when you hold it in your hand?
Yeah, that's it. What does it do? Do you know what it is?
You imagine it's a coincidence that I described it so precisely? And you would be correct. However, based on this information, I'm able to deduce that it is a tear of the world heart. Alas, I have no idea what they're for. Have you thought of trying looking in books?
Well, there's a library in the city. I suppose I could...
Excellent notion. Look for a book about relics. The book called Living Lava is reputed to contain a great many rare facts about these sort of objects. If you plan to use the tear for something other than a paperweight, I suggest that you find that book and study it.
What? He can come with you? Who are you exactly? That's right.
Who are you exactly?
I am Mathras, immortal and unique.
Right. So why aren't you out there hanging out with your Deadwalker friends?
First of all, I don't have any pals. I'm a little too old for that. Secondly, I find your implication that I am associated with them most unpleasant. I have nothing in common with those dead things. I've been around for over 6,000 years, and I'm still very much alive, thank you. I admit this body is looking a little worn.
6,000 years old. Hey, you don't look a day over 250.
You flatterer. I did, however, lose a toe this morning. Nonetheless, these Deadwalkers are simply corpses if they're animated by magic. Whereas I am an immortal spirit who changes bodies when they wear out. There's absolutely no similarity.
That's not so dumb. It's what allows you to go on having an effect on the world, I guess.
Exactly. I give these bodies extra life that they would not have had if they'd stayed dead. Though, of course, these days, it's unlikely they would stay dead for very long.
I want to ask you a couple of questions.
That dude weird. I know, right? Why he come to? Yeah.
Why did you come to Carolthas?
Why not? There's one thing you should know about eternity. It can be rather dull. So I do my very best to be in the right place at the right time. The place where it's the most fun.
Fun. You think this is fun?
Well, distracting then, if you prefer. What do you expect? I'm just so bored. The End of the World is a show I wouldn't want to miss.
Wow. What do you know about Dead Walkers? Yeah.
What do you know about the Deadwalkers?
Apart from the fact that they're an incongruous mass of corpses with appalling bad taste that are animated through the use of magic, nothing. I can tell you that the power necessary for their creation and to keep them working is far beyond the magical abilities of any of your contemporaries. And since it's obvious they're incapable of any decision-making or strategy, they are clearly being controlled from a distance. All of which suggests the Ice Lords who are controlling these things are rather powerful. Something, I grant you, quite difficult to believe when one saw them start out at the same pitiful level of incompetence as their brothers, the Red Scribes.
Let me see, have you ever seen a situation as this one?
In 6,000 years, have you ever seen a situation as desperate as this one?
Honestly? Well, no. You are, as you might put it, fucked. Or at least the mortals seem to be. But you carry something within you that may modify things somewhat. And it is this seemingly insignificant detail, this flap of a butterfly's wing, which may eventually change the apparently manifest destiny of the world as you know it. This demon, as you call it, has never before walked the earth. Neither he, neither it, nor any other of its kind. If they had, I would know of it, believe me. Consequently, and in spite of the evident futility of such a sentiment, there may be grounds for you to feel a slight glimmer of hope. That is, of course, if it is your desire to avert disaster.
Well, that's comforting.
What happened to the Elven King?
What happened to the Elven King?
I think he was simply lacking in strength of will and determination. They transformed him into an Arch-Lich. It's a particularly delicate and extremely dangerous magical process that could only be performed by an Ice Lord. It can only be performed on an elf, and then only one who is desperate to live.
How so?
Elves have many flaws, but most of them do have a very profound sense of duty. If an elf believes he is going to be tortured to make him reveal the secrets of his people, for example, he can literally will himself to die. It would seem that this king was desperate to continue living at any price, rather than dying with honor. That is what allowed them to turn him into an Arch-Lich.
Do you know who I am?
Do you have any idea about what I am becoming?
In all my long lives, I've never seen your like. Even the term demon seems to be designed to cause confusion. I have seen real demons when I lived as a war drum player amongst the dwarves.
Dwarves are just legend. You're yanking my chain.
It would be churlish to mock someone when it is so easy. Thus the dwarves did exist, and I was once one of them. They used to use these little creatures, barely the size of toddlers, in their enormous forges. They were little red creatures with tiny horns and a wicked air about them. You see, they were able to survive in the flames. The dwarves called them demons. You look a little like one of them, only much bigger. And you have an even more pronounced affinity with fire. I'm reserving judgment about the wicked attitude. I believe this affinity with flames is no coincidence. You are clearly a response, a weapon, and your purpose is to face the Ice Lords. It is entirely possible that you are the fruit of an attempt to rebalance the forces of nature. Alas, I have no idea which entity is behind all of this.
We need to talk about your attitude in combat.
We We need to talk about your style.
What would you like best? Perhaps I should use Espehor the Ancient's fighting technique. Or something more visceral, like that of Manipur Three Blades.
Maybe. Hey, don't change anything.
My boy, you must learn to make decisions. You're really quite fickle, you know. Or are you? You know what? Don't change a thing.
Talk to you later.
Hold on a second, everybody. That was weird. Oh well. Trying to get comfortable here. I still gotta get those, the elf. Did I get all of them? No, there's no way, dude. Let's see something. The library. Okay. So I need 5 more. Okay. Alright, let's take care of this blockade real quick. We got enemies around? Let me see something. It'd, it'd be kind of cool if I can get them armor too and make them a little stronger. But damn. It's on now, son. Hold on 1 second, everybody.
Deadwalkers have sent out several patrols on this road. Stay alert.
Gotcha. Come on, fat boy. It's alright, 2-for-1, suckers. Then my next one's gonna be this one. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're doing real good. Real good. Oh snap, I haven't even eaten yet. See if I can find more people. Oh. They're not gonna be abusing us no more. How much doing pretty good on the I gotta get 50 kills. I think it's 50 kills with the yeah, I'll keep that one. I think we was already up here, but you never. Okay, you just never know. But it's kind of weird. But I found the library. I don't know. You know what? I gotta make some more Some more boats. At least 50. Well, now I got 73, so I'm official. Well, 73, I can actually. Then I do that, and I focus on the traps. Wonder where the hell is the library at? It's around here somewhere. Oh, here you go. $3. Got him.
It'll have to do. Pass me the books you have. I can't carry any more. I need to keep my hands free in case we have to fight.
I got you, Sybil. Sybil girl. Oh, well, I'll carry all the books if you want me to. Take it to the young scribe. I have not found any other people. And the other one is to the young scribe. Oh, come on. All of a sudden, all the graphics don't want to keep up with it. Damn, I didn't say it for a while. I would have died in there. I would have been fucked. We need like 5 more. I don't see any more. That's the thing. We've been everywhere.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
What do you think about Matthias?
What do you think of Mathras?
Or Mathis?
I think he's absolutely unique, fascinating. I have always loved history and history books, but he actually lived through history. It's just incredible. There is so much we can learn from him. His knowledge could allow us to better understand what happened in our past. We could learn from the eras of our ancestors.
Do you really think he's immortal?
Oh, I'm convinced of it. You only have to look at him. He's so cultured and has so much knowledge. Which reminds me...
Something to do with our decomposing friend?
Yes, he won't talk to me about his romantic experiences. I managed to get a lot of stories about battles and all sorts of historical anecdotes, but nothing about his love life. It's not that I want to pry into his intimate life, but I do wonder why he's so reticent to talk about it.
I could always ask him for you. Have you learned anything about the World Heart?
Yes, I found out a few things that might interest you. Some of the myths about the World Heart are based on real facts. Certain texts confirm that there is indeed a source of energy that fuels the world, but also that is the source of all magic power. Every time a sorcerer casts a spell, they are drawing power from the World Heart. The Ice Lords are siphoning this energy in huge quantities, and that is why they're so immensely powerful. If we can only discover how they're doing it, it may be possible to deprive them of all their power.
That sounds like a really good lead. Keep on digging.
All right.
Anything new on the World Heart?
I think I just discovered something really interesting.
Tell me.
From what I've read, the World Heart is not in Vertial. Well, not really. It exists in a sort of other world next to us, in a sort of limbo, in fact. And it's impossible to get there without using an extremely complex ritual.
And can you perform it?
No, but the Ice Lords have discovered a way to create passages and to keep them open. And it's by using these passages that the Ice Lords are able to channel the power from the World Heart. But they're draining it. They're using more power than can be replenished.
I'd like to ask you a few questions.
What do you want to know?
I asked him about his sex life. Like, yeah, they're scary there, buddy. How was it with the ladies? How was you big pimp with ladies? I don't know. They say there's 5 more Elven joined, but I don't see any, dude. Like, I kind of feel bad because all I got is 5.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
I'm listening.
What kind of creatures did you see? Have you seen anyone leave the camp? Any more troop movements?
You see any unusual creatures in the Deadwalker ranks?
I thought I saw a creature I never saw before. A kind of flying creature, really thin.
That must be a tormentor, like the one in the cave. That's not good news. It could spot us at any time. Where was it?
Every time I saw it, it was somewhere high up. Pretty far from the camp, fortunately. It looked like it was crossing the mountains. I'm listening.
Enemy troop movement?
Apart from the ones you so brilliantly took out, no. Everything's pretty quiet. Well, there was a creature that came here, an undead as far as I could tell. He spoke and didn't seem aggressive. He said he didn't belong to the Deadwalkers.
Matthias.
Still decided to call up reinforcements. They took him to the camp for interrogation and an examination, I think.
Did you see him leave again?
No? Why? Did he escape?
No, but I wanted to make sure that he didn't leave the camp. I still don't know if he can be trusted.
I'm listening.
Have you noticed any unusual movement? People leaving the camp?
Apart from you, I also saw the human who goes around with you. The one with the strange way of speaking. And I think I saw one of the mercenaries from your company, too. A really big fellow with a beard.
Buffalo?
Maybe. He didn't give me his name. He didn't go very far. It seemed like he was looking for something.
Right. Well, I'll just have to go and ask him, I guess.
I'm listening.
Thank you for the information. See you later.
Man, I hope Buffalo's not the freaking traitor. That'd be so fucked up. But he's been with us the whole time, so how can he be a traitor? You got me? Like, it's kind of weird.
Mercenary.
Has anyone gone here? Have you managed to make it through battle? Tell by your commander how are things in the camp.
How are things going in the camp?
Bah, we're short of everything and morale's not great. But we're together and alive. And most of us are really pissed off. In a way, you could say everything's fine. Even if I heard that the survivors from the human army were kicking up a bit of a fuss.
Has anyone gone by here? Any men leaving without passes? That sort of thing?
No, apart from you, no one. Is there a problem?
Your commander thinks there's someone sneaking out to meet up with the enemy.
That's terrible. Who could do something like that? Anyway, I promise no one's been by here. You should go try the other gate, near the mercenary camp. And maybe the sentinels in the North Tower have seen something.
How did you manage to make it through the battle?
Bit of luck, just like with everyone who survived. I pulled guard duty so many times in a row that I was sent on R&R. If you really want to know, I was in a steam room when the attack came, having a really hot bath. It was horrible. The deathly silence that fell on the city just like that, with just that awful cracking of ice. Anyway, I jumped into my uniform and ran like crazy until I found my commander. And now here I am. Nothing really heroic about it, I'm afraid.
What can you tell me about your commander?
I hardly know him. I wasn't in his unit. As far as I know, he wasn't that high up, but he's the highest ranking officer we have left. Anyway, I have to admit that he managed to bring us together, set up camp, and get a bit of cohesion going on us fugitives. That's not too bad.
Has anyone gone by here? Any men leaving without passes? That sort of thing?
No, apart from you, no one. Is there a problem?
Your commander thinks there's someone sneaking out to meet up with the enemy.
That's terrible. Who could do something like that?
Okay.
Anyway, I promise no one's been by here. You should go try the other gate, near the mercenary camp. And maybe the sentinels in the North Tower have seen something.
I'm leaving.
So, did you find a book on what we found?
Here's a book that should have information on your sphere.
Excellent. Let me have a look at it. Oh, what a gem. A real mine of knowledge. This tier of the World Heart is actually a kind of container. Inside it, there's raw power that makes whoever is connected to the World Heart more powerful. I believe I should give it to you, so you can make use of it.
Okay.
Since you arrived, the enemy seems to be aware of our every move.
Truly. Surprising that they haven't yet arrived here to destroy this camp. Most interesting. Or perhaps very stupid. In any event, I do feel sorry for you. One doesn't seem to be able to put one's trust in anyone these days.
You don't understand. What I want is...
But I understand perfectly, my dear boy. I'd merely hoped that you were above this kind of nonsense. Since my arrival here, I've been surrounded by your friends, something that rather precludes the possibility of me talking to the enemy. I have not once left the camp, and no one deigns to speak to me of strategy, which is a pity, given the evident levels of incompetence of your generals. Thus, it seems obvious that these suspicions are unfounded. You know, since arriving here, I have the odd feeling of standing in a turnip field.
a turnip field?
Yes, it must be all the superior intelligences that surround us. Trust me, child. You should leave this area as swiftly as you may.
You would know more about the Dead Walkers than us. Who do you think the spy is?
Walking around in a dead body doesn't make one an expert on all other dead things, young man. In fact, I find the suggestion vaguely insulting. But I have learned to trust my experience, something that you, despite your youth, should attempt to do also. I imagine we could quite easily reduce the possibilities. Firstly, the traitor must be able to enter and leave the camp without being stopped. Then, it must be someone who can observe your comings and goings without drawing attention to themselves. Lastly, it is someone who knows your plans. Someone who knows your military commander's orders. That alone excludes a large number, particularly the undead here. In your place, I should go and question the camp watchman. Logic suggests they will have seen something.
Thanks for the tips. I'll get right on it. Let's change the subject. I want to ask you a couple of questions. Talk to you later. Do you have a moment? I wanted to ask you a few things. What happened here?
As far as I understand it, the Elfin army was caught unaware by powerful magic that buried them under ice in an instant.
They didn't stand a chance.
And how could they? Such magic requires the presence of a very powerful sorcerer, someone on the order of an Ice Lord. They rarely take to the battlefield, but when they do, all hope is lost. Rumor here has it that it was the work of Black Frost.
Let's change the subject. Later.
Greetings, mercenary. What can I do for you?
I'll be going now.
Well, he did break down some cool facts. Yeah, man, I'm trying to see if I get all the points for him, but I gotta find more to do, but I can't get it.
I've taken a tour of the camp, and it's like a sieve.
Huh. What do you propose?
Well, I'd be safer with a few dozen well-placed traps. Do you think you could build them for me?
I'll take care of that as soon as I get a second. Let's change the subject. I brought you a few stones I found.
Thank you. I'm sure it doesn't seem all that important to you, but all the elven people are in your debt.
Let's change the subject. I built your traps. Okay, here are your traps. Now you just need to put them in place.
Thank you. I must admit that I'm relieved it was you who built them. I've been living in fear of messing up my hairstyle permanently had I tried to do it.
I have a few questions I need to ask you. I'm guessing this is not the way you'd always imagined coming back to your lands.
For years now, I've been waiting for the day when I can go back to my city. But deep inside, I've dreaded this moment. If I was ever coming back home, it could only mean one of two things. Either I'd been captured by my people, or I'd been forgiven because I was right. I would have preferred being captured. My city has fallen, and I do not recognize it.
This is no time to give up our brains.
This is no time to feel sorry for yourself. This war is not over yet, and your people need you now more than ever.
We have been swept away. There is no more army, no more supply base, and nothing left to fight for.
How long have you been harassing the Deadwalker army without getting caught by your people?
Nearly 7 years.
7 years of guerrilla warfare, and you're still here. You know exactly how Cael'thas is laid out. You are going to be essential in the days to come.
Perhaps. We shall see.
Let's change the subject. I'll leave you here.
How can I help you, mercenary?
I'll be going now.
And even more bullshit. Don't wear yourself out, honey. We're not gonna fight for these lazy elves.
You have to listen to me, please. I know you're angry with the elves for not entering the war earlier. But today, with their help, we finally have a chance to win.
With what's left of their army? You gotta be kidding, sweetheart. They got taken out once. The second time's a done deal.
Black Frost is no longer here to support his army. And the elves are no longer on their own. We, the scribes, and the mercenaries too, will be with them. And here's Vulcan. He'll be helping too. And as you can see, he is no ordinary mercenary. I beg you, please. If we join all of our forces together, we can win.
I gotta give it to you, Sugar. You sure know how to use that mouth of yours. But you don't know nothing about war. All I see here is the remains of an army that I got no reason to fight for.
You got. Fine, we can change it in a duel.
What better way to prove my worth than a duel? That's how we settle differences of opinion in my company all the time. All right?
I got a guy who should make you happy. If you beat him, I might change my mind. With what you got under your belt, who knows?
Really?
Well, you can really back up your words, mercenary. Who knows? Maybe with guys like you, we can actually win. We're with you, Vulcan. You can count on us for the assault.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to.
undead? In our camp? Aren't you afraid it'll communicate with its masters? Sir?
It's a calculated risk. Your friend Edwin told me that she can interrogate those creatures, so we captured one.
You really can do some pretty weird things.
Listen, Vulcan. We're not going to turn down any information. If we can find out how to haul our asses out of the fire, I don't see how it can hurt. Ready to make it talk?
If our fire breather doesn't need me right away, I can start getting ready.
You don't need me for that. Interrogate it. You don't need me for that.
I was just passing by. You don't need me to make it talk, right? I'll let you take care of that.
Was that a side mission? Yeah. Where's she at?
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
Did you manage to get anything useful out of this cold piece of meat?
You must learn to be patient. This kind of thing requires a little preparation. We don't dive into the memories of a dead man the way we torture a peasant. But perhaps you'd like to participate.
No, you better. No, better got. No.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I am curious to see how you go about it. Right. When is this interrogation going to start?
Relax, Vulcan. We're going to start, but slowly. Listen, Maggot Head. You're going to tell us everything you know.
That's not quite how it works, Captain. It can't just answer questions like that. Tell me what you want to know, and I'll dig around in its memory to find the answers.
In that case, why not dig everything out, so we don't miss anything?
Even for someone as skilled as me, that could take weeks. Its brain, however limited, is like an immense archive that contains both recent memories and memories of its past life.
All right. I want to know if that bastard Black Frost really has left the area.
Let me concentrate. Yes. I see him raising the wave and turning the whole city into ice. This soldier must have been at his feet. Then he gave the order to attack and gave orders to several powerful undead. Apparently he left right after. He appears nowhere else in its memory.
What are...
What are those powerful dead you were talking about?
Alright.
I see a flying creature, like the one in the swamp, and others. The image is blurred.
So is the army being hit by a torment now?
So the army is being commanded by a tormentor now?
No, I don't think so. They make good spies, but poor leaders. That said, I don't see any real generals.
Nothing that looks like that one that attacked the village.
No, but Black Frost will definitely have left someone in charge. Someone he trusts. This soldier just didn't see who.
What were the Black Frost's orders?
You have to understand that this creature's ability to comprehend is limited. From what I can see, it was told to keep watch over the city. He asked to be sent living people. Prisoners. The other living people must still be alive and under guard. Other prisoners. And of course, that he be informed in the event of trouble.
Does he know we entered the city?
This dead thing doesn't anyway. But that doesn't mean a thing, unfortunately. I think that he... Oh no! He saw me!
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Well, well. Probing the spirits of the dead. You can well imagine that this sort of communication goes both ways. So, that's where my dear rebels are hiding, isn't it?
I must break the link! Right now!
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
Hey, thanks for your help. Without you, we never would have gotten anything out of that dead stiff.
You know me, I just love to be helpful.
I would like to ask you a few questions. What's the story with this Mathras guy? Who is he?
It's hard to say. He's one of the living dead. Of that I'm completely certain. But he is able to do things no other species of revenant has ever done before. You must understand that necromancy, the magic that allows the dead to be reanimated, is based upon one principle: giving energy to lifeless bodies. Mathras functions differently somehow. It is not his body that has been brought back to life, but rather his mind, which has survived his body.
He says he's 6,000 years old. You believe that?
It is entirely possible. His spirit is in theory immortal. This magic is far different from that which is practiced in Vertiol. Instead of drawing energy from the world heart, he draws energy directly from the body he is possessing.
Could that have anything to do with the Ice Lords or my demon?
Absolutely not.
I'm going to have need of your talents. Come with me.
You offer me what? Sword play, suspicion, and sarcasm? Huh. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
The knight has come to ask help from his friend. While on reconnaissance, he spotted a convoy which he thinks should be stopped. A group of dead walkers transporting an object. He thinks they should be attacked and the object taken from them while there is still time. The broken road will only slow them a little. The knight and his friend must get there as quickly as possible.
Okay then. Let's go for it. I have to go somewhere with Ranvo. Wait for me here.
Since you seem to have a desperate need to go out stumbling through the snow, I will bend to your wishes.
You're a sexy bitch. She a crazy ass. You one of them sexy bitches like, oh well, I'll do what you want for now. Is he with me? Okay. Attack the convoy. Where is the convoy? Let's get that convoy real quick. That'll help us out.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
Have you seen anyone leave the camp?
Apart from you, nobody.
Are you sure? It's important.
Certain. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get back to guard duty.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for all the help.
Whoa.
That is not the right direction. hesitates that is not the right direction. He must concentrate. That is not the right direction. See his prey. Hunter who hesitates must concentrate on his goal. He must concentrate on his goal. That is not the right direction. The hunter who hesitates will see his prey escape. He must concentrate on his goal.
The Deadwalkers have sent out several patrols on this road. Stay alert.
That his friend does not regret joining him in this assault.
You were right. It was worth it. Especially if we take the time to strip the others before we head back.
It's kind of weird because it's showing it's here. Oh, we done already? Oh, it's a crossbow. Oh, it's called the Assassin. It's identical. Only difference is okay. I see what the problem is. This one already has damn 100%. The damn that's a 187 right there. Physical damage 40. Damn, press this stop. That shit's official, precise. 15, you see? 10, 15. Damn. And they got poison already. Woo. Damn, that's money right there. Yeah, 'cause this one's same thing, but this one's way stronger. A deception. Well, I can break them all because the best one is this one, the Assassin. That's what's up. Well, I guess the other ones we won't be able to do it, but Yeah, I can't do the blockade. Probably there's gonna be two of them I won't be able to do. Let me talk to him, see what he got to say.
The mercenary salutes you, Knight. I have a few questions I need to ask you.
What's that? What's that beating?
The elves took a hell of a beating, huh?
Defeat is commonplace when treachery lurks nearby. The Ice Lords used trickery and magic. The elves had no chance. This was a battle without honor.
That may be, but they beat us. Now we only have the scattered remains of what was probably the most powerful army anyone has seen in an age. Doesn't it seem a little hopeless?
This whole war is without hope. But since the Knight and his companion are here, they might as well fight until the bitter end.
So why you abandoned
Let's change the subject.
excuse me.
The Deadwalkers have sent out several patrols on this road. Stay alert.
He took a bite, but it's alright.
I have some questions I'd like to ask you.
I'm listening.
Thank you for the information. See you later.
Where is it?
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
Thanks.
Let me go pick the. What the hell is it? Matthias, is it? I gotta take him with me real quick. About to get something to eat in a little bit.
Greetings, Vulcan. My men and I are ready. We await your orders.
Prisoners. Oh, let's see.
Do you have a moment? I wanted to ask you a few things. Let's change the subject. Later. Mathras, do you have a moment?
My dear, I have all of eternity.
Got a question for you.
I want to ask you a couple of questions.
How is it going with Sybil? Why won't you?
How are things with Sybil?
What a charming young girl. Her hunger for knowledge reminds me of myself in the distant past, when I was young and still living in my first body. I imagine that if I still felt any physical desires, I would happily give her a good few hours of one-on-one experimental physical training.
Wow.
And it seems to me that she's rather more interested in getting your attention. At any rate, she is by far the most interesting red scribe I've met in the past 300 years. Though I fear that may not be much of a compliment, given their legendary incompetence.
Why won't you tell Sybil about your love lives?
I wouldn't have thought you'd be interested in the prurient questions of that young girl, charming as she may be. It seems to me that my sexuality is my own business, as well as which, I suspect my stories would be quite shocking to an innocent girl like that.
Come on, then.
I have been alive on Vertiel a very long time, and before I lost all desire of any kind, I think I probably experienced everything possible, both emotionally and sexually. To recount all my adventures to you in detail would require weeks, apart from which, it's out of the question that I should speak of these things out loud.
As bad as that?
You doubt my word? Very well. Let me tell you about my 14th wife, the Princess of the Elephant City.
For real? But that's gross.
And those are some of my cleaner stories. I told you, I've tried everything. Perhaps now you understand my reticence with your young friend.
Exactly. So what should I tell her?
Whatever you wish. I will confirm whatever story you tell.
Okay.
Talk to you.
I will tell her what you talked about. Oh. I will confirm everything you say. All right, right on. Oh, well, here we go.
Sybil, can I talk to you?
Yes?
I got a question. I spoke to
I
Matthias.
spoke with Mathras. He finally agreed to talk to me about his love life. Well, lives.
And what did he tell you?
The man is sick. Our friend is totally romantic. The man is twisted. Let me see. What did I say? Not material. The man is sick. You don't want to know. All right. Well, totally
Our
right.
bony friend likes. He's a complete romantic.
I could feel that behind his proud exterior, he was all heart.
He didn't go into too much detail. He's had many wives, and every time he had to watch them grow old and die, and he could do nothing to help.
It's just terrible.
It is. That's why it's so hard for him to talk about it. You understand why now?
That's true.
Yes. I feel so stupid. Thank you for your help anyway. I won't bother him about it anymore.
See you later.
Well, got that out of the way. Where's got that out the way. Where's Gwen? She's on the other side. I mean, I thought they should have called her Gwen or something like that. Sybil, what the hell is she? Oh.
Edwin, I need to speak to you.
What can I do for you?
I'm going to have need of your talents. Come with me.
You offer me what? Sword play, suspicion, and sarcasm? Huh. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Buffalo, I have to talk to you.
What do you want?
You were seen leaving the camp. What were you doing?
What business is that of yours? Are you spying on me?
You don't really want to talk to me? Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just making the... Don't take it the wrong way. I'm just making my inquiries.
I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm supposed to be searching for a spy, and I need some clues.
I was just out on a little recon. I don't see how that can help you.
They told me that you were looking for someone.
Yes, the soldier who was on watch just over there. He left his post, was trying to follow him, but he lost me. He knows the terrain better than I do. I followed his tracks for a while, but considering the number of deadwalkers in the area, I decided to come back. I didn't want to give away our position.
Where did the tracks lead to?
Over toward the river, but don't bother. The guard already came back. He's just over there. You could go and ask him yourself.
I guess that's what I'll do. Thanks for the tip.
Can I help you with something, mercenary?
I was told you left your post.
That's... no, never. Who told you such a thing?
You think I'd tell you? Come on, tell me everything or you'll really be in the shit.
All right. I left, but only once. I was following your comrade, Buffalo. He went to the main gates of the city. I figured that was pretty suspicious. But I didn't dare go very far. I couldn't leave my post unguarded, you understand? And then the Deadwalkers didn't seem about to attack him. In the end, he went back without a scratch and without saying a thing.
Strange. Buffalo suspected you. The stories.
Buffalo says you're the traitor, and that the reason he left was to find you.
He's lying. He's the one. I've heard rumors about him. Some people say he's immortal. How else can you explain that he gets out of things every time?
It's impossible. I know him for years. You got a good point. I'll go talk to him. Yeah, but he known him for years. Like,
You're talking bullshit. I've known him for years, and believe me, I've seen his blood get spilled more than once. He's got no reason to betray us.
all right.
Reasons? Since when have mercenaries needed any reason other than a good payoff? It said the Deadwalkers found you in the middle of a swamp. You don't find that suspicious?
I'm tired of your lies. Good point. I'll go talk
That's
to
a
him.
good point. I'll go back and talk to him. It has to be cleared up.
Damn. I hope this goes well. Cause if I kill the wrong person, I'll be fucked up. I'll be feeling some type of way.
Buffalo, this is kind of awkward. That guard told me that it was you who left your post, that you went into town.
And when somebody that you hardly know accuses one of your old friends, you just swallow their bullshit without any questions? You disappoint me, kid, really.
Shit, come on. That's all, you know, say in your defense?
Is that how you defend yourself? Fall back on friendship?
You have got to be kidding. Do you really believe what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying.
I told you exactly what I did, without frills, and I stand by what I said. But I would lay good money on the fact that your new friend over there doesn't feel quite so confident about his innocence. If I'm not mistaken, he's already taken to his heels.
You know, if he's still here, that means you're guilty. What? You seem so sincere. You know, if he's still here, that means you're guilty.
You seem to believe what you're saying, which probably means I just had smoke blown up my ass.
Cretin. The only one betraying the company here is you.
I'm sorry, Buffalo. Really. I'll see if I can go and catch him. Damn it, I'm too late. The bastard's gone.
It was him the whole fucking time, though. That's that bullshit.
Damn it, I'm too late. The bastard's gone.
Trying to see if we can catch this motherfucker. I think this is right before we did the hold on, let me look at what I gotta do. Arcade. Right, when I'm gonna leave it off here for a little bit. Yeah, but definitely I'll be back in a little while. Rock on, stay positive, everybody. Yeah, and we're gonna rock this out later on though. But thanks everybody for watching. Stay awesome, stay great, and I'll see everybody soon. Take care, bye bye.